I don't think there'll be much of a match review to do if the players were on the holidays like they were against Arsenal. Leicester match preview. Welcome back to Black and White Banter, everyone. Friday game this week, so a little bit of an earlier match preview than normal. Leicester City away. It falls into that little category of fixtures that I've talked about on numerous videos now, where obviously we've had quite a difficult run-in. Admittedly, we've probably picked up more points in that little spell than what I expected. Didn't expect us to beat West Ham. Didn't expect us to get anything really at Anfield. Well, I expected a decent performance at Anfield because they haven't been great. But Arsenal last week was more of the Newcastle we know. So Leicester, again, very, very difficult game. They obviously have a lot of things still to play for. They are pushing for that Champions League spot. We apparently, after the Arsenal game on Sunday, have nothing to play for. I know I never got a match review done just because it was a bank holiday weekend. I was hungover again. I blame Boris opening the pubs. But it was a very, very disappointing performance on Sunday, and I totally agreed. If anyone watched Roy Keane's analysis, and I'm not going to sit here and say I like Roy Keane, obviously the guy's a total arsehole, but he does sometimes speak sense, even if it's normally harsh. And what he basically said was, if these players are already in holiday mode because we're 17th in the league and are going to sit back and put the feet up every game between now and the end of the season, then we are never going to get out of that bottom four, bottom five mentality. And I totally agree. This should have been the Arsenal game on Sunday, playing against a team don't really give a shit about what the result is, because they've got a Europa League game much more important for them in terms of their season. They played pretty much a different starting 11. We just sat back, no intensity, no forward thinking, no creativity, nothing, absolutely nothing. It was basically like a pre-season friendly for the full 90 minutes. And those players, and again, I'm not going to point the finger massively at Bruce for this one because I think it is mainly down to the players, but those players, after what looks like securing safety at the expense of Fulham, should now be looking at the fixtures left in the season, think, right, let's push on and try and catch the teams in 12th, 13th, 11th. Make our season a bit more respectable so we don't finish right in the dire straits just above Fulham, relying on other teams to be worse than us for us to stay up. But I never saw that on Sunday. And the fact that we've played a lot better against Liverpool, West Ham, Tottenham, and then suddenly to put in a performance like that, I do believe that the players think that things are done now and it was okay to sort of sit back, because why would there be a sudden drop in intensity? Fully fit squad, Wilson was back, they had a full week to prepare, no excuses for it, absolutely no excuses. So I guess the question for the match preview for tomorrow's game against Leicester is what Newcastle is going to show up. Are we going to be in full holiday mode? Are we just going to sit back and let Leicester come at us? Because obviously they've got the quality to pick us off. The Madisons, the Iheanachos. Iheanacho playing like Cristiano Ronaldo at the moment. What the fuck's that all about? You know, Jamie Vardy, he's done it to us many times before. Jose Perez, he's probably looking at this game and thinking that's a good one for me to get a goal, and he's already scored against us at St James's Park. We will get picked off if we perform the same. And I hope Sunday was a wake-up call for some of the players. Bruce came out in his post-match interview and basically said that we didn't set up right, we didn't play them in the right way. Well, I think that's your job, Steve. And again, I know I said I wasn't going to blame Steve Bruce, but the way we set up on Sunday, the lack of intensity, surely these things have all got to be addressed before the game, but also they've got to be addressed at half-time, none of which happened on Sunday. And again, it comes down to whether St Maximin's up for it. I know I bang on about it every single game, but I think when Maximin is not at the races and running at players for fun and really, really up for it and causing the opposition problems, we drop off a little bit and our creativity drops off. He is our go-to player. And lots of clubs have them. Lots of the big clubs have one standout player that sort of instigates most of their attacks, but he is massively that guy for us. So if he's not fancying it tomorrow night, I'm yet to be convinced this season, particularly, whether Almiron carries any sort of serious creativity and attack and threat when he doesn't have other players around him doing most of that. Yes, he's a grafter. We all love him for being a grafter. Yes, he plays with a smile on his face. That's nice to see. Looks a lovely kid. The kid from In Between Us movie looks a lovely lad. But I'm still yet to be convinced, and Wilson needs some help up there. He's a great striker. You give him chances, he'll score. Our central midfield on Friday night will completely get picked off if they show up in that same sort of mentality that we saw on Sunday. Jonjo Shelvey, how are you getting anywhere near the team, mate? I don't care what you say about how misleading your statistics are on whether you're lazy or not. Your performance on Sunday, your performance for a long time now, is just not good enough. It really isn't. Yes, you like to sit back. Yes, you can pick out passes that some people can't. But how long has it been since we've actually seen that? Yes, you can ping a ball over to Wilson and Maximin if you're in the mood. I totally understand that, but in the modern game against a team like Leicester, who are fast-paced, very, very attacking-minded, they're not going to play on the counter-attack. They are going to have a lot of the ball, and they are going to get at us probably very early on. Shelvey's got to offer us more. Willock, this for me is a game for Willock to come in. He missed the Arsenal game for obvious reasons because he couldn't play against them. He's done nothing but wonders for us when he's come on as a sub, but he is that linchpin, and we lacked it against Arsenal on Sunday. We do not have a midfielder close enough to the box when we move forward. Sean Longstaff's offered us it a little bit, a tiny little bit, but Jonjo Shelvey, you'll normally find him in the centre D of the field, and it's just, that's not what you need in the Premier League. We need someone bursting in, not only for second balls, but to get shots off and cause the opposition problems. And this is why Willock should come in on Friday. Is it a free punt? I'm not going to say it's a free punt because we are certainly not safe. If Fulham picked up a result at the weekend, I haven't had a chance to check their fixtures. But if Fulham did pick up a result at the weekend and we lost tomorrow night, there's still a little bit there to play for. Our next game is Man City. Not realistically going to get anything from that one, are we? The form they might be champions by then, which might help us a little bit. But, you know, best team in the world at the moment for me. So it's not done and dusted, and the players should not have the balls or the cheek to think that it's done and dusted. As I mentioned earlier, we should be pushing to get out of this well and truly and climb a little bit higher. And again, for me, that does come down to the manager, but it's all going to depend what Newcastle we see tomorrow. If we see the Newcastle that really had to go at West Ham, a go at Liverpool in spells, cause Tottenham loads of problems, then yeah, I think Leicester, like any other club in the league, are not going to be happy to see Maximin. There's not one player in the Leicester defence who wants to be playing against Maximin tomorrow night. There's not one player in the Leicester defence who really wants to be playing against Wilson. There's much worse strikers in the league, and he knows where the goal is, and he's quick. But these guys need to turn it on. Defensively, we're obviously going to have to be sound tomorrow. Iheanacho is causing havoc in the Premier League. He's banging in goal after goal, so keeping him quiet is going to be a job in itself. Whether the lads up for it, I thought we were quite poor defensively at the weekend. We looked all over the place, just generally in the whole match, not just the defence, the whole team. Murphy probably had his poorest game on Sunday, so he needs to up his game if he's going to be playing against some of their pacier wingers and stopping crosses coming in the box for the Iheanachos, the Vardys. So he's going to have to up his game a little bit. Whether Bruce decides to go with someone a bit more defensive, he's known for it, isn't he? I think we'll play counter-attacking football tomorrow night. No doubt about it. I think Bruce will set up to play it on the counter. He won't want to get hold of the football. He will hope that Maximin picks up them pockets of space between the midfield and the defence and takes the ball from there. Wilson is obviously always going to play on the last shoulder and run the channels as well. So it might not be pretty on the eye for us tomorrow, but I'm expecting if we play any kind of open way, which, you know, it's any guess because sometimes we've showed up and played a little bit more expansive, sometimes we haven't. There could be a decent game of football for the neutral on the cards tomorrow. I'd snap your hand off for a point right now. That'll probably put us just about safe. And I know we keep saying that every week, but it's all dependent on Fulham's results. Much more winnable fixtures to come to get those extra points from. Obviously, Sheffield United at home with fans in the stadium. Fulham away, last game of the season. That's another winnable one. And then obviously we've got Man City as our other fixture. So there's other games there to pick up points from, but that doesn't mean we need to go in this with any kind of attitude that we did on Sunday. I do not want to see that absolute bollocks that them players produced on Sunday. That performance was nothing short of a disgrace because we should not be in holiday mode. We haven't won the title. We're not sitting pretty in 8th in the league with nothing to play for, a bit like the Aston Villas and whatnot. We should not be doing that at all. We should be pulling as far clear of that relegation zone and that Fulham team as physically possible. So, yeah, I'm not confident tomorrow. Admittedly, I think Leicester will do us. We haven't had a decent record against them pretty much since we sold Perez. He was our match winner, I think, two seasons in a row at the King Power. That might be why Leicester signed him. He hasn't really done much else, has he? 30 million. Thank you very much, Leicester City. No, I'm going to go for a defeat tomorrow. I hate to be Mr. Negative, but I don't see them shaking off too much from that Sunday performance, and I think this seems to be the Newcastle of old again, sinking in. We've done the hard bit, I think some of the players are thinking, but who knows? If Alan St. Maximin fancies it, then we could be in with a shout. As always, Newcastle fans, let me know in the comments what you think for tomorrow night's game, whether you're confident, what you think the result will be, and as always, like and subscribe to Black and White Banter. Get us on Facebook and Instagram. I'm posting every day match highlights from years gone by, jokey banter, you name it, it's on there. And even I've got a Newcastle goalkeeper shirt up for sale as well from 95-96. If you're interested, check that one out on social media. But we'll catch up over the weekend for a match review, probably on Friday night, straight after the game, where hopefully we might be a point at least better off, but at least a decent performance, because it can't get any worse than that Arsenal game. Thanks for watching.